Hi dolls, I'm Melanie. I am the brand educator for Doll 10 Beauty, and this is part one of my contour series. So today we're gonna be starting by sculpting our cheekbones, making them look super high, super lifted, slimming our face, and then throughout next week, I'm going to be moving on to different parts of my face. So stay tuned next week as well, Tuesday and Thursday, for the completed contour look. So, why do we contour our face? So we contour because we want our face, number one, to be more symmetrical. So a symmetrical face and symmetrical features, not only where our features are placed on our face, but left to right as well. If our faces are symmetrical, that's the most aesthetically pleasing and therefore the most beautiful. Also, we want to change the lighting on our face. And changing the lighting can affect how our bone structure looks, and having stronger bone structure is also more aesthetically pleasing. So again, making us look more beautiful. Okay, so if you have any questions about why we contour or what I'm doing, please post them below. I will try to answer all of them. And first, like I said, we're sculpting, we're contouring cheekbones. So why specifically do we contour cheekbones? That is because we want our cheekbones to look higher. Of course, higher cheekbones, better bone structure, the better we look. Also, you can use this to slim your face and also just add depth and dimension. So you can see right now, I have my eyes done and I have, sorry, there's a crazy glare. Thank you, Kate. You can see I have complexion on. So I do have foundation on, but I look very flat. So I don't have blemishes. I've perfected my complexion, but I'm very, very flat. So that's when contour will help us out. Hi, Caitlin. That's my friend. Thanks for tuning in and supporting me. Okay. Let me turn here.
You had a huge glare.
That's better. Okay. So let's get started. So I'm going to use a couple different products to get this look here. Sorry, I had to sit on my foot. I pulled a Doris. We both sit on our one foot, and I look like Doris in my black turtleneck today. So stole her look.
Like Doris did.
Yeah, I won't fall off the chair like Doris did once.
Right, I'm speaking fast. Hi,
Hi, bye. Okay, so first I'm going to start with our contour kit. Now this is my personal one, so it's a little rough. I don't like to waste products, so I just pull my personal product to do these tutorials, but this is our contour palette. On our website it is $36, and I'm first gonna be using our contour brush, which is $32. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this center shade. It's called Sculpted, and if you can see, it's a very, almost like a taupey brown shade, and that's because when we contour, we're replicating a natural shadow. So we don't want it to necessarily look like makeup. We want it to look like our bone structure is just so amazing that we have these pronounced bones and it's creating a shadow on the underside. So a taupey, more of like a gray-brown contour shade is the best. In our palette, we also have our Golden Pearl Body Bronzer to warm up the face. You can see that's a little bit warmer than the contour shade. And then we have a lighter contour shade. Either if you're very fair complected, that's a great shade for you, or if you don't want to do an intense contour look, or use this for blending. A lot of different ways you can use this palette. Okay, hi Monique, thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm gonna use our our contour brush, our number 8 contour brush. So as you can see, it has this like sharper edge, which I love for really getting a nice precise contour line, and then the bristles kind of taper off and gradually get shorter as it goes down, and that helps to really buff and blend really beautifully. So I'm going to dip the edge of my brush into this shade. I'm gonna make sure I get it on the edge and a little on the front of the bristles here. If you can see, I got it on the edge. I need a little more on the edge. And then you can see what I've picked up there. Now, where's your cheekbone? You can really just feel for your cheekbone. It's there, you'll feel it. You want the contour to sit under the cheekbone because your cheekbone, think of it as like a shelf, and you want to cast that shadow underneath the shelf to make it look higher. So I'm just gonna start by doing this sharp, I call it sharp, but I promise it doesn't hurt, line here to really build that structure. Now, most of us, when we contour our cheeks, we want it to look slimmer. So creating this really, almost, I don't want to say harsh, but like a really clean line will give you more of that slimmer sculpted look. If you don't want that and you actually have some sallowness in the cheek area, maybe you've lost some volume in your cheeks and you want to get that back, you can do more of like a rounded out line versus a sharp angle there. The rounded out will make you appear to have more volume in your face if you're losing some of that in the cheekbone area and you look a little sallow there. So, I'm sorry, sunken in there. So it's up to you what you're trying to achieve. That's why contouring is very personal to your face shape and your preferences. So I want to look lifted and thinner, of course. So I'm going to do the harsh angle and I'm going to bring it all the way back to my hairline. And then I'm gonna blend upward. That's where those cut bristles come in handy. The sharp edge creates our line, and then the shorter blending side will make it look natural. I still need to blend that out a little bit. Make sure you always go into the hairline so that you can't see an abrupt stop. And then you don't wanna bring it any further past, like, think of the end of your eye. That's where you want to start tapering it off. So don't just do an abrupt stop right there, but that's where you want it to start like blending out, and then there should be no contour basically like from your pupil in, or it will drag the face down. So make sure you keep it back the side of your eye, most of the product. Blending upward to lift the cheekbone. And again, today we're just doing cheeks, so this is part 1 of a contour series. Hi, Kimberly. Okay, I think that side's pretty good. I have a little bit of a glare still, but you can see what I got going on. So I don't have to feel for my cheekbones anymore because I do it every day, so I know where they are. But if you still have to feel to make sure you're getting that precise placement, because if you put it below your cheekbone, you're not doing your face justice, you're just gonna drag the face down. So if you have to feel for your cheekbone every single time, then go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Blending upward, upward, upward. So they say that the most beautiful face shape is an oval. I kind of disagree. I think squares are really beautiful as well, like an Angelina Jolie face shape. She's definitely an intense square. So your face shape does determine how you contour, but overall, oval is the most aesthetically pleasing because it's the most symmetric. So you're trying to always keep in mind we're creating an oval face, and we'll get into more of that when we get into the other parts of the face with the other contour videos. The cheekbones don't really change the actual perimeter shape of the face. But just for reference, you know where we're going with this contour series. We're gonna try to create the oval symmetrical face shape that everybody wants. Okay. So those are my cheekbones. I still have this glare. Let me spin this way. A little better. Okay, so next, what am I gonna do next? I'm going to put some blush on. So I have the actual contour on my cheeks done, the actual shadow created. And hold on, let me actually turn this light off because the glare is really bad. Okay. Okay. So you can see that the cheekbones are pretty much done. So if you want a really natural out the door look, you could just do your cheekbones with the contour and be done. I already look like I have more dimension of the face, a little more sculpted. But blush is beautiful. It adds color back. It gives us that youthful flush of color like we had when we were little. So we want to add some blush. Why not? So I'm going to use our blush brush. This is $32 on our website. It is the number 17. Sorry, I don't know them by heart. We have a lot of brushes. I love this because it's tapered towards the center, so the longest bristles are in the center. And then they get shorter, so it blends really well. You can actually use this to contour as well, since it has that great point at the end with the longer bristles in the center. You can contour with this as well. So if you wanted to go with one brush for everything, I choose the blush brush if you're looking for a deal. If not, I say go for our complete brush kit, because the more brushes the better, but it's up to you. So we have two blush options in our contour palette. We have Peachy Keen, which is the peachier one, and then Dolled Up. I'm gonna go for Dolled Up, and I'm literally going to tap into my palette and get just a little bit of color. You wanna start with less. It's harder to unblush your face than it is to add more. So again, we don't want any blush around here, because that will drag down the face. So you want it to almost sit on top of your contour and just blend seamlessly right into it. Love the tips on contouring. Always use just blush. So anxious to try this. Yes, you will love the look of blush plus contour. I mean, I've done both by themselves out the door, but the combo together is just perfection. Okay, so I'm gonna start like right here. So if I give a little smile, I want it to start on the apple, but again, no further in than I'd say your pupil, because that will drag your face down. Ooh, look at that light. That works. And I'm just going to use short strokes and almost just dust back and forth, getting just a little on the apples in the front. Really natural looking. Can add a little more. That light is not good. Sorry guys, I lost signal. Something with my phone, it does not like the internet connection in this room, so I apologize. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the second cheek. Dabbed a little on my brush, give a little smile, get a little bit of that apple, and blending back. Do a little X motion. I like that for blending it from the apple into that contour line. And I love blush. I like to put a little on the perimeter of my face. I mean, we're just doing cheeks, but I can't help it. Just a little bit of blush all over. Just bring some life back. Okay, so did contour and blush. Well, I'm on a live thing. Yay, it came back. Sorry guys, I don't know what the deal is. Okay. All right, so last is highlight. So what I'm going to use is our H2 Glow in the Champagne shade. I love this. It has like a little tiny bit of a golden hue. It's a little more opal, but has a little bit of a golden hue. It's the perfect shade. So this is the small size. This is my personal one. Again, this is only 4.5 grams, but we have the big 10 gram one for $30 on our website. Okay, so all I do is I blend. Okay, back on again. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I have my highlight on my finger, and you can just do the top of your cheekbone, but I find that only really looks pretty when you're to the side or like the sunlight catches it. So I like to put a little bit in the front so that you look highlighted and pretty from the front and the side. So I start just a little bit right here. Again, not going past my pupil. Just a little bit. This is kind of like a cream to powder, so it will not disturb the makeup underneath, so you don't have to worry about it moving or shifting whatever you've already applied. And I just blend that, keep tapping it up into the high part of my cheekbone, and this is really going to lift my cheekbone. We add light to the place Apologies again. Okay, back on. I highlighted this side. Now I'm gonna highlight the other side, tapping a little on the front. Hi, Michelle. Michelle's actually in our office, so she's experiencing our internet issues as well. Frustrating. And you can see H2 Glow doesn't have a lot of shimmer. There's no large particles, so it really does give you this natural, like, lit from within glow. If I move, you can see the light hit. But then there's still a little bit on the front. Put a little down center on my nose. I know we're not doing the nose today, we're just doing the cheekbones, but okay. Oh, and what I was saying, yes, we had light to the areas we want to bring forth and dark to the areas we want to recede. So okay. So we have sculpted cheekbones. This is the first part of our contour series. I will finish the rest of my face next week. So Tuesday I will do another part of my face, and Thursday I will complete the look. So thank you for tuning in. Hi Cheryl, thank you. Hi Joanne, nice to hear from you. That's Doris's mom. Okay, so next week tune in. You will see the rest of the contour series with me.